Post-rant snaps. Sickest snap thing ever. Guys, welcome to our final series of the day. To the upper left-hand side, our Blue Terran player, a round of 4 finisher at the WCS Summer Championship. It's going to be Mouse Sports HeroMarine. To the bottom right, our red Protoss player from My Insanity is PtitDrogo. StarCraft 2. Frost, map 1 of this best of 3. Winner of this gets to play against the loser of Nurture Marine Lord. To try and qualify for the KeSPA Cup. How sick is that? KeSPA Cup is such a sick event. Like, to actually be able to cast KeSPA Cup qualifiers is just incredible. It really has been a pleasure. This is my final series tonight. After this, Base Druid will take on the final series of the night, so make sure you check those out afterwards. I was just going to be seeing Rebuild on the way out. HeroMarine, of course, I can have a little bit of a look around. We've seen a mixture of matchups today. We've seen so many. That's what's actually been so good about today, I think. We've just seen so many different matchups. It's been very interesting to watch, actually. It's been so fun to watch all of these different matchups and stuff like that. Well, someone just Snapchatted me and said, "Love your stream. Thank you very much, Mr. Snapchatter." Oh, I just got 2 Snapchats on my stream. Guys, if you've got Snapchat, Snapchat me what you watching my stream. Would love to see it. WardiXO is my snap. It's kind of fun, kind of cool. Yeah, guys, sorry, I'm going a bit insane. I just fancied ranting a little bit. I needed something to talk about for like 5 minutes. I mean, but to be fair, like, if you're generally going to be kind of just depressing and just criticize everything, like, I don't mind if you're like, I don't like this guy's music. I don't mind if you're like, man, this talks guy asks for subs too much. But if you're going to say it in like a really shitty tone and literally do it about everything I do, then why are you even on the stream, you know? You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, it just generally makes me worried that this is the day and age we live in where people feel the need to sit on a computer and just be sad, instead of just going to do something which makes them happy. You know? For example, I mean, they could be very happy by just, they could make themselves happier by muting the stream if they don't enjoy it. Right? It's so easy to make, to fix your issue. You don't even have to waste your time complaining about it. I don't know. It just boggles my mind. Maybe that's just because I'm really tired and stuff. Anyways. 2 racks, factory starport is up here from HeroMarine. He's actually going to go into tank very early on. Whether he's going to get aggressive with this or whether it's just defensive. It's sort of a weird build order, actually. Do we already have a medevac? Yeah, we do. I was going to say... sorry, my own timing on this game is just a little bit off right now. So we're just going to be seeing these Marines. Just going to be moving forwards from HeroMarine and just trying to do a little bit of pressure here as... Well, Drogo goes into a fairly fast third base. His build in the main has been fairly standard. Robo, but actually no Twilight for a little while, which is perhaps a little bit different, a little bit weirder than usual. But nothing too crazy, just Robo, 3 gates, and yeah, going up into third Nexus nice and early on. So, third Nexus coming in nice and early. Nothing, yeah, again, just nothing too crazy in the early stages. So it's going to be seeing this tank effect going to come in. It's interesting, yeah. So, I mean, the tank's coming in is sort of like a fairly defensive thing, but the way HeroMarine is doing this, it just seems as though it's going to be more aggressive, and he is starting to move across the map aggressively, so he obviously feels as though he can maybe punish this third base and maybe even kill it off. And if there's no pylon on it for an overcharge, then maybe he can. There's no Twilight Council upgrades, there's no glaives yet, there's no blink yet, so it really is just sort of straight up gateway units with no upgrades on them right now. So this is interesting. Observer has seen this coming across though, and let's see how it's going to go. Withermine will have to burrow to try and help protect this location. The depths will cancel their shade. Maybe just too many units though from Drogo, because actually he was on 3 gateways early. He hasn't been really skipping any units or anything. So maybe maybe quite normal to just have enough units to defend this actually at this point. Alright. You'll be seeing a couple of tank effects and these Marines join up together. They're just going to go back home, so I like it. HeroMarine puts on some pressure, doesn't really commit, goes into a third base behind this, then up to 5 racks. Very standard play from our Terran player who just wants to get into free base infrastructure and just go from here. Guys, this is a best of 3. After this, it's a best of 5 between the winner of this and the loser of Marine Lord and Nurture, which is happening over on the mainstream at BaseTradeTV. So it's going to be seeing this factory lifting up, going to pop down another reactor. And we'll see Barracks just switching on over. From Drogo's point of view, well, he's still setting up fairly standard. I mean, this +1 is going to finish, Resonating Glaives is about to finish. And, yeah, just more gateways. Again, very standard stuff. Really nothing too crazy from any player right now as we go into game 1 of this. I mean, how great would it be for either of these players to qualify for KeSPA Cup? Obviously, it's not going to be easy. That being said, I mean, Drogo has already... Drogo's already taken kind of Marine Lord to a 5-game series today, so if Marine Lord loses to Nurture, he could still win, he could qualify here. Marine obviously is this far in for a reason. He's playing full time now, he's better than ever. Comes off the top 4 at the WCS Summer Championship. This guy has been delivering lately, so either of these players at this point could make this happen. They really, really could. You'll be seeing a few adepts continue to move around. I'm just going to be seeing a Robo Bay dropping down from Drogo. We're going to see the Blink and the +1 armor coming up. I'm just going to be seeing another Gateway finishing as well. So Gateway finishing up here. You're going to see a couple of Marines and Marauder moving out onto the map. Scan comes down from here, Marine to shut down an Observer. Obviously, the more Observers you get to shut down, the better this is in the total. Second Robo still being added. And just Drogo going towards the mid game. Not going to sit on this sort of Adept Stalker based composition forever. Just immediately up into the Robo Bay and teching out of this. Marine's actually going to come over to the right-hand side. A couple of tanks going to lift up. And just going to be seeing the Marines just backing off. Scan comes down over towards the 3rd base. And we're just going to be seeing a 4th base coming down from Drogo as well. Just going to be seeing that 4th Nexus on the way up. And I mean, hallucinated Phoenix just scouting around. 2nd Starport super early on. So he's identified this Colossi. And he's going to opt for a lot of Vikings super early. And this is actually maybe going to open up a very aggressive timing from HeroMarine, where he's just going to have so many Vikings so quickly that he's actually very quickly going to counter the Colossus count, and he's very quickly maybe going to be able to engage into this army faster than Drogo's expecting. So that's a possibility. Right now, HeroMarine though has to be careful because these Stalkers and, well, everything is going to come in. That's a fight HeroMarine doesn't really want to engage into. He wants to back away from this. Almost definitely. I think that makes a lot of sense. So, backs away. I mean, there's a lot of Protoss there, and without kind of real power units like Liberators, etc., you don't want to attack into that. As the Bioforce clumps up more and gets more units in it, it actually becomes more powerful than a clumped up by a Gateway Force, I feel. And so in this scenario, you want the Vikings to get rid of the Colossi, and then your maxed out Bioforce is just going to kind of win out on the ground. That's the general idea. Vikings come in, going to pick off the Warp Prism, and enough Bioforces here to more or less clean out. Still poking at the front Drogo, looking for an opportunity to get some damage done. Few workers going down on either side of the map. This Liberator currently going unanswered. Even that Stalker not able to get in a position just yet to fight against it, or hasn't found the time to get in position to fight against it. Waiting for a few more Stalkers. He could actually blink in over here and actually start killing it already, but not doing that. Not just yet. A few more Adepts going to shade in, and we're going to be seeing these SCVs are going to be continuing to fight. All these Adepts continue to fight, and actually a lot of SCVs just going down very quickly. 21 workers killed. Pretty ridiculous. So 22 workers killed there actually in the end. We're going to be seeing this army from Drogo coming into the center of the map now. Going to continue to move around. It's just going to be seeing a couple of tanks lifting up. And again, Vikings, Bioforces, going to be moving out into the center. +2/+2 coming in for our Terran player. +2 attack coming in for Drogo. Still only on 1 forge. Not bothering to add on a 2nd forge at any point in this. So we'll just stick on 1, it would seem, for the rest of the game. And yeah, I mean, again though, we see a lot of Vikings up from HeroMarine. He's got 9 in total. A few more still on the way out as well. And only a couple of Colossi out of Drogo. He's actually going to switch into a couple of, well, 1 Disruptor now at least. He's actually already got 1 out. So there's a couple of Disruptors. So continue to just build up on his composition. Couple of Colossi, couple of Disruptors. And just Looking to see what he can get up to as HeroMarine trying to get into an aggressive position. Looks like he'll come down south into the 4th base. This is risky because actually Drogo knows where he is and he is going to come down to engage into him. These Stalkers at the front are, ooh, they're actually going to start targeting bio units. They're going to let the Vikings go. I don't think he really cares about his Colossi. He'll turn to fight now, but the Colossi are already dead. So when he picks off the Vikings, Colossi die. HeroMarine on the high ground is going to pick up a few units here. I'm surprised that Drogo sort of did it like that. He sort of looked as though he was going to completely commit down to the army and just give up on the Colossi and the Vikings. And then he sort of went back for the Vikings, for sure. It cost him a lot as, oh, now we're going to see these Adepts, though, shaded on top. And, oh, HeroMarine is losing everything. All his medevacs just went in towards the main base. Will deny +2 attack. So HeroMarine will take quite a significant, well, upgrade lead in this game. We'll see him empowering Gateway, so he's going to shut down a lot of production. Disruptor not going to come out of here in time either. This drop is doing so much. In fact, this is a large enough drop to really just stop Drogo from ever actually kind of just warping in to fight against this. Big counterattack though. Drogo realizes he wants to just go and fight this himself. Feels as though he's took a good fight and he knows there's a lot of units down here. So he says, well, there's no way you can defend at home at the same time. But it's a risky play because if he doesn't get enough done with this, he's going to find himself in a lot of trouble. Liberators are going to start shooting up once again. Marines and Adepts moving on forwards to see what they can do. Disruptor shots will move forwards as well. Going to be going off here and Adept going down. And we're still just going to be seeing more and more units kind of, well, looking for more damage. And actually, HeroMarine's reinforcements are starting to clean up. Drogo is making the wrong decisions, I think, honestly. I feel as though going across the map like this, instead of going home and cleaning up, is a huge mistake. And you can see it coming into play now. Main base Nexus gone. 3rd base Nexus is about to be gone as well. I mean, it's very close still. HeroMarine is still just trying to hold on here. As he gets rid of this Archon, there's only really 2 Immortals in the back in terms of really kind of techy units in this. He is going to clean up these units over here. So all said and done, HeroMarine comes down 20-ish supply kind of down in the game. But he does have triple orbital still up and running. He still has a lot of his production up and running and a lot of his tech up and running too. Drogo lost so much tech. He lost a Robo Bay. He lost his Templar Archives. He lost his Forge as well, so he's down in upgrades. Drogo lost so much in this. This is really, really quite the turnaround out of HeroMarine. It really, really is. Going to be seen moving up here. Our Protoss player going to be coming in towards the north side, joined up with these Stalkers and Adepts. Twilight Council comes in over to the right hand side as well, and a few more gateways being added on at the moment. So just kind of rebuilding. Has repowered his gates in the main base. I mean, at least Drogo has 2 of his fresher bases-ish sort of remaining, I guess. Like the 2nd natural and the 3rd. It's not like his main was left over behind this. Liberators coming up, man. Liberators are so good in this sort of situation because the Stalker count isn't super high. Targets the Colossus. Oh man, these bio units are going to keep on trading here. And the upgrades are just so good that HeroMarine might still make this work. These bio forces will stem forward. Stalkers on their own won't be enough. And Drogo, now he's down in army supply and in upgrades. What does he do at this point? Again, he can't build any more tech units until his Templar Archives is up. He can build Immortals. But even Immortals at this point I don't think is enough. This was just the wrong decision from Drogo. I mean, I kind of like the idea. But HeroMarine just got more than enough done with the drop. And that's going to put him into a really good spot now. And Drogo from an advantage. Yeah, I mean, if he just went back home, set enough units home to deal with this, maybe he loses the main base Nexus some tech. But he keeps more bases up, he keeps a lot more probes up. Yeah, it's a tough one to call, but obviously hindsight is everything, I guess, right? I think at first I kind of liked Drogo's idea as well. I kind of couldn't understand why he made the decision. So, yeah, here we go. 2 upgrades against 1-1. Just going to keep on fighting. You can just see that these Adepts just die so quickly. The Bio Forces aren't disappearing at all. The Immortals get targeted down, and it's only Stalkers left over in the front. Stalkers die very quickly to Bio Forces. A few Archons in the back might be a little bit troubling. You can see HeroMarine here still wanting to try and trade. A few more Sentries warping as well. I mean, Drogo has money to play with. He has got 45 workers against 36. Terran play able to float an orbital over into location here. Sentries in the back of the army now. This is going to be a little bit interesting here. Marine with a couple of units out of position. We find the Mothership core in the center. Doesn't really care about that though. That's not going to do much over here. 8 workers going down. What's this? Just a Liberator on one of the binding bases. Drogo not responding to this at all. Then we've seen these Bio Forces fighting again. Liberator to the left side is not really in a position to do much. This space looks as though it's going to go down. SCV is trying to get away. 11 SCVs down to the 22 probes. This Liberator has literally just killed off 17 workers. That's crazy damage done. You're going to see once again HeroMarine just trying to fight into this. Has to be careful of the force fields. Liberators, though, in these low eco, low army count situations can become so powerful. And we've seen fighting forwards again. Liberator's going to siege up once more. Bioforce is going to split up here. The Archons are disappearing very quickly. Liberating this guy, just adding on that DPS, and, well, I mean, it eventually goes down, but that's going to be it. If HeroMarine just has too much, he cleans out this army, and Drogo is going to lose game number 1. He's going to fall behind in this PvT. Blinking away, trying to stay alive. HeroMarine is going to take the first game. He goes 1-0 up, and PtitDrogo's... If you send me interesting Snapchats and I like them, I'll add you back. I'm a big fan of Snapchat streaks. I have like 6 or 7 Snapchat streaks, which are like 50 days plus. So if you're a good Snapchat, tell me. Send me a snap, tell me you're a good Snapchat. I'll streak with you. That doesn't sound very... That doesn't sound right at all. I'll streak with you. Oh, man. Alright, guys. Are you ready for game number 2? To the bottom left side, his BlizzCon chances are on the line. It's our blue Protoss player. Let's hear it if you're going to be cheering on the one and only PtitDrogo. Channel him some energy right now. Channel him some energy. Please. Because if you don't channel him some energy at this point, he might not go to BlizzCon. It's up to you guys in the chat. Give him what he needs to make it to BlizzCon, guys. Come on, believe. So I'm right, 1 game away from getting into a qualifying match for the KeSPA Cup 2016 HeroMarine. Firecards Pendulum in the chat says you are awesome, but a supporter of Naniwell. Well, thank you very much for the $5. Do appreciate it. I'm glad you think I'm awesome. Guys, we're going to be seeing this replay, just having a little bit of a look around to see what's going on. I'm just going to be seeing the command center on the way up in the natural expansion. So CC on the way up in the natural, very standard stuff. Boom! Oh wow, look at this. 3rd command center. HeroMarine is going to play nice and greedy in the early stages of the... Can map makers really just make maps? Not just make maps with a bit of space at the edge so I can zoom in on something and like center something, build them on the edge of the map? It really bugs me. Like, oh, it just makes me want to like punch the side of the map so I can zoom in the 3rd CC. Like, let me through. Let me through. Please, like, I can't stand it, man. It's the same on Galactic Process on the upper left pathway, on the left, right, and left side and right side pathways. It's so annoying. What he confirmed streaking. Made snap streaks are life. Snap streaks are life. Stimpack coming in from HeroMarine. I'm with a 3cc build. He's just going to go up into 3 racks. No factory-based pressure or anything like that. Drogo here early is just going to be, well, unable to scout exactly what's going on so far. I was just going to be seeing this Reaper coming in. And again, 3rd Nexus on the way up. So 3rd Nexus on the way up. I'm just going to be seeing this Reaper getting taken down. So Reaper getting taken down. Doesn't really find out too much information. I mean, at this point, though, from HeroMarine, he's just sort of hoping that he doesn't get attacked in the foreseeable future, I guess. SCV is just coming down towards the natural mining away. And again, the economy from HeroMarine will be great in this game, especially if Drogo just sort of macros as well. Because to be fair, this kind of Nexus from Drogo is sort of just standard, right? You know, it's just like, hey, I'm just going to play a normal game. Whereas the 3rd CC is very greedy out of HeroMarine, so he's going to take a natural lead in the economy. And now he comes on over to the right-hand side. He's going to have a little bit of a look around to see what's happening. Alright, guys, you've done it. You've given Drogo some energy. Look at this. Needs more in the chat. He's throwing some energy to Drogo. So is Raver SC, Atheist for the Cause. Some HeroMarine supporters as well. Kiri Nations, RX 00023. Alright. Alright. You guys are loving it. Loving it. Observer coming across the map from Drogo, going to sit overhead in the natural expansion. Apparently it's 2-2 right now between Marine Lord and Nurture as well. Wow, crazy stuff. This is best of 3, guys. Winner of this series will advance into the best of 5 qualifying match. Warp Prism going to be popping out from Drogo. He has seen the third Nexus, third Command Center early at this point with the Observer that came across, so he sort of knows what's up. So Warp Prism on the way, 5 extra gates, +1, and a Resonating Glaives. Ooh, are we going to see Drogo be aggressive? You know, this is the sort of setup which might just lead to a lot of Adepts running around the bases and try and get a lot of damage being done. So let's see how this goes. 5 gateways on the way up, +1 weapons is on the way on the Forge. I'm nearly being triggered again by not being able to kind of go over to the left-hand side anymore. By not being able to scroll further this way. +1 about halfway done. Warp Prism is going to sit here for now. Looks as though it's just positioning to kind of harass. However, Drogo is moving across the map with the rest of his units as well. So just going to be seeing these units coming in through the top side. Drogo having a little bit of a look to see what's going on. Having a little bit of a look to see what's happening. These probes still just mining on the third base. Warp Prism going to load up a few Adepts. They're going to go in towards the main in just a moment or two. And here we go. Drogo's going to be coming in, and a few Adepts will start dropping. And again, he'll harass out on the map at the same time. There's a lot of Adepts warp into the main. And here we go, going to poke in towards the third base too. HeroMarine, can he defend against it? He's got Stim. He's actually got enough units to fight this over here. And he has started to clean up in the main base. Only 5 SCVs lost so far. Not bad. Adepts will shade into the natural. How well prepared is he over there? Well, he isn't, to answer that question. As we're going to be seeing... Well, yeah, this fight sort of goes HeroMarine's way. Sort of. 14 workers now lost. A turret killed off. That's not too much of a deal. I think the issue here is, though, that these Adepts are just going to keep jumping around the base. And I think that's just going to mean they keep on picking off a few more SCVs. I'm just going to clean out a bunch more workers here. So more workers going down. 27 workers killed. Okay, Drogo has done more than enough now. 27 workers killed. 7 minutes in. He's good. I think he's good. He gets away with quite a lot of units as well. Look at that. Resources lost. 1.4k to 3k. This is why I don't actually like the free racks or the free CC build super early in the game. Because it just feels as though, even though this is a fairly late attack, you don't really have anything to sort of shut down a high number of Adepts, you know? You only really have a bunch of... you know, all you really have is like a bunch of... bio units, which sort of suck, to be quite honest with you, against Adepts. Tanks, etc., are so much better. It's pretty crazy. Anyways, coming over to the left-hand side, HeroMarine continue to push in here, looking to see what's happening. A few more Stalkers are going to warp in, a couple more Adepts going to warp in. HeroMarine with a push, which he needs to do damage with. If he doesn't do damage with this right now, then playing from a 25 worker deficit is not very fun. As we're going to be seeing a few units stimming around, going to catch one Adept there. Ooh, he gets away. Everything's starting to go Drogo's game. He's going to try and get rid of these Liberators though, and actually the Stalkers are going to go down very quickly. The Bioforce is trading very well here. This Liberator is still fighting to the right-hand side, shooting away at units that come in towards it. Medevac's going to load up. This is a good initial trade by HeroMarine, honestly. This Liberator is still around, still doing damage, picking off Adepts. And dropping towards the natural now. Stalkers in position over here though. Overcharge is targeting the Medevac's down. And from initially kind of a decentish fight from HeroMarine, it's not going to turn out to be too good for him. Adepts are going to try and chase those units through the bottom side of the map. They're going to run out of stim in a moment or two. He's going to have to stim those again. He's going to be away actually. Adepts not going to quite be able to catch us. HeroMarine, still 20 workers down. So a little bit of army supply down, not too much though. Going into another couple of Liberators. There's a good fight over here. Had the siege up position and he just shut down the Stalkers. The Stalkers for the left hand side, the Bio came up there. And so the Liberator stayed alive, and that just adds so much damage throughout the game. That's, it's pretty crazy. And we've seen these few Marines and Marauder just going to be starting to move forwards a little bit here. I mean, HeroMarine's army is still not bad, especially if he gets up into a few Liberators, but Colossi is starting to come out, and I mean, Drogo's army is starting to hit that next level stage. As we see more Adepts warping in, of course, just be tanky in this army. No +1 armor upgrade for HeroMarine either right now. And just HeroMarine. Well, he's going to take a fight, takes down a Stalker. HeroMarine's taking some damage, nothing dying though. I mean, efficiency is key at this point in time for HeroMarine. He has to fight back. He is fighting back against that resources lost deficit. What's crazy is that he lost so much in resources lost in comparison, and he lost a lot of workers, right? So he is really far behind on economy. And so he needs to just gathering together over here. There's a couple of Medevacs that's going to lift up. And these bio units just going to start going across to the left-hand side of the map. So, Medevac's loaded up, and Liberator's going to come up to the other side. Or is he? Maybe not. A couple of medvacs going to be moving up. Some liberators moving up to the top side as well. And Bioforce is still just joining up together. Still looking to see what's going on. We see some adepts coming in. They're going to be looking to see what's happening. A lot of SCVs going to start going down. 7 workers killed already. Marines and Marauders coming on in here. Going to be cleaning out a bunch of these adepts. But already 9 workers killed. You know, I really thought HeroMarine was dead in this game, but he really isn't. I mean, his economy is not great. And he's still not getting any better. But his army is still... You know, he can still do stuff with his army. Especially if Drogo messes up an engagement a little bit. There's still a lot of potential for this during this game, in this game. A few more Vikings on the way up as he gets ready to fight against the Colossi numbers, which are continuing to rise from Drogo. I think one of the biggest things, actually, though, that will stop HeroMarine maybe taking a decent engagement is the fact that those upgrades are just ridiculously one-sided right now. I mean, we are talking about a +2/+2 upgrade lead for the Pros over the +1 attack for the Terran. Bioforce is going to move down to the bottom right hand side. A few Vikings, a few Liberators. Going to be pulling on down here. And we're seeing these units from Drogo just going to be coming through the top side. And these few Stalkers moving up, going to be taking down that Marine. That Marine's going to go down and then just going to keep on going over here. Bioforce is going to split up and a few more Vikings being built. HeroMarine gets ready to be attacked. I guess HeroMarine's plan right now is just be attacked into and then just try to kind of take a good engagement because he's the defender. And then just counterattack because, again, the lack of upgrades is immediately an issue. Here we go. He's got a big concave. Setting up some liberation zones. 4 more Vikings on the way. Still building up those units so you can fight against these Colossi easily and swiftly. If you can get rid of the Vikings quickly, and so much can change here. So a couple of Marauders up for HeroMarine going to be fighting into these 3 adepts. Here we go, big fight starts to happen at the front. Stalkers blinking forwards, get rid of the Liberators. We're going to be seeing the Bioforces kiting backwards. HeroMarine actually takes an army supply lead. Vikings going to get rid of the Colossi. Where's the rest of the Bio? Here it is. As the Vikings have killed off all the Colossi, we're going to be seeing... Oh my god, we're going to be seeing HeroMarine coming back into this with only Bio against Adepts, but that's okay. There's no splash damage in this anymore. HeroMarine takes down an Immortal. Adepts are still falling. Adepts are still falling. Oh man, I mean, HeroMarine's up, kind of up 30 army supply. He's lost workers again, 20 workers to 65. I don't believe he won this fight. He was 2-2 upgrades. He's down 2-1 upgrades. He's about to be down sorry, I'm not just making sense. He is down upgrades +1 to 2-2. He's about to be +1 to +3/+2. He won this fight. The thing is, Drogo has the economy to rebuild. Alright, here we go. This Terran fight, this Terran engagement that comes up now has to be incredible. Marines and Marauders coming forward. He has to win one more fight as he pushes across the map. If he wants to win this game right now, if he wants to knock, essentially, PtitDrogo out of BlizzCon. Liberator sieges up. A few units to the top side, trying to work his way through a 4th base, something which HeroMarine hasn't heard of in this game. Overcharge is already going down to protect. Some Archons coming in as well. The longer HeroMarine waits, the more there is. Vikings will look to come forwards. They'll raise back into the skies. Getting ready to try and work his way through these Colossi. Stalkers will blink on in straight away. They're going to take damage to the Bio forces. Too much Bio to the top side, I think. HeroMarine will lose the fight. But man, the 1-1. Drogo was ahead in game number 1. Managed to lose it. Was very far ahead in game 2. Didn't manage to lose it, but made it, I think, closer than it had to be. To the bottom right, our red Terran player from Mouse Sports. Let's hear if you're cheering on HeroMarine. And to the upper left, our Blue Protoss player from My Insanity. It's PtitDrogo. Alright. Best of 3. Game 3. Always good to get to a 3rd game. Even if I'm absolutely destroyed right now. Hello to everyone who's just joined in, as if you're just watching this final game, if you just joined us on the stream. It's been a rough day. It's been a long one. I was dead from yesterday when I started the stream today. 11 hours later, we're still here. It's been tough. Probably tougher than the home story couple qualifiers we did last year. That was crazy, actually, the home story in July. Is it July? May. April, May. That was it. That was really tough. That was some long days, but this is even crazier, I feel. This has been more intense. Is my dog sleeping, asks Volts. Yes, my dogs are. I actually have no idea where my dogs are. They probably are sleeping, yeah. Home stretch. Too true, too true. It's amazing to meet another Jonathan. Oh my god, are you a Jonathan? No one ever spells my name right. Does no one ever spell your name right? That's crazy. I've never met another Jonathan in my life. Literally never. Not once. It's crazy. Factory is currently building here early in the game from HeroMarine. He is expanding, so it's just a Reaper expand. Gas first Reaper expand to drop the factory down nice and quickly afterwards. Reactor will begin to build on the barracks as well. So Reactor starts to come up over on those barracks. We're going to be seeing this Reaper moving in towards the upper left-hand side. And just having a look to see what exactly Drogo is getting up to here in the early stages of game number 3. For now, though, it's pretty standard. Nexus on the way down. Going to go into an Adept first of all. Mothership Core pops out as well. We'll see if Drogo wants to pressure roll. He is hiding the probe up to this right-hand side, but looks as though he's just scouting for proxies more so than anything. More so than kind of keeping a probe to come and pile on rush the front. That's something that's fallen out of style a little bit here, although we did see it a little bit in a few TVPs today. We haven't seen it too often at all for the most part recently. Depth from Drogo going to come down towards the bottom right-hand side of the map. Pylon going to come up here from Drogo too, just outside, just in front of this natural expansion. And there's a Robo facility coming up in the main base as well. So Robo coming up from Drogo. You'll see there's Reaper to the top right hand side is still moving around as well. Looking to see what's going on, looking to see what's up. And there's a Adept from Drogo just going to be having a look to see what he can do. Going to be moving in towards the upper left hand side. So Adept coming in towards the upper left, and just going to be seeing this Reaper from HeroMarine back in to scout around once again. There's the Robo that he'll want to be scouting. Does he get to the left hand side of the base? He will indeed. And he will spot the Robo facility just about. Man, that probe block very nearly saved the scouting information from his opponent. Very, very nearly, but just not quite. Going to be seeing now this Adept or two are going to be moving out onto the map once again. Going to be seeing a few Marines in a Widow Mine just to the side of this main base also. And there we go. Medevac going to lift up those units. And they're going to start pushing towards the upper left-hand side. So Widow Mine drop from HeroMarine in the early stages. Let's see how well Drogo defends against this. Immediately fast-forward Nexus from him again. And considering it is kind of, you know, Robo into free gate, no Twilight Council just yet. This is one of those positions where he's able to kind of put this down nice and early. The whole idea is he gets a lot of warpins nice and quick to defend this, I think. So we're just going to be seeing the Marines actually will drop off over here, though. Try to fight against this, and let's see what Drogo has to try and contest. 2 Adepts moving forwards. As these Marines just going to be working their way against this Nexus. Adepts picking off, whoa, very again one of those Adepts, one of those Marines very low. Scan comes down, he is going to pick off an Observer. The Marine's going to get lifted again, and again, Medevac just coming in towards the top side. There's Marine's going to be unloading once more. It's Liberator from HeroMarine will go over to the left-hand side, so it's going to head on over to the left-hand side of this, and Twilight Council and a Forge coming up from Drogo. So, very standard follow-up. HeroMarine doesn't do too much with his early sort of setup here, and we'll just be looking to continue harassing as the game continues. So, Liberator going to come around the left-hand side. Siege tank on the way from HeroMarine. Cannot stress enough how important this is for Drogo, though. This is, again, the difference between him going to BlizzCon or not. And as we see this Medevac going over to the right-hand side, so again, HeroMarine just pulling away. Happy to kind of just slowly pressure whenever possible. Did the Liberator die? No, that's down to the left-hand side as well. As we once again see +1 and the Resonating Glaive, so it's again looking to be a very aggressive opening out of Drogo, where he's going to be really looking to attack with a lot of Adepts really, really early. So, going to be a lot of Adepts going to be coming out of Drogo, and we'll see how aggressive he gets. He was very aggressive in game number 2 with those. I did put him into a very good position, so maybe looking for more of the same. But it's a very different opening out of HeroMarine. He's not just on bio units like he was last time with a super fast third base. This time he's on a much slower third base with a lot of tanks in the early stages. And I don't know, some more barracks right now as well. I wonder if he's going to sort of try and do what Euphemal did against Hearthstone on this map a few series ago now. Where, yeah, I guess he might. There's 2 more racks. I mean, it's sort of hard to say, right? but he is building into a lot of tanks, so for now I actually think he's just going to go forwards with these two. So he's going to go forward with 2 tanks, Marines are underneath and pushing in towards the upper left-hand side of the map to have a little bit of a look to see what they can get up to. That one Stalker is going to be here, going to see the tank's going to load, and the Stalker is going to get blown up. The tank's going to load up again, and well, for now he's just going to back away. HeroMarine playing the safe game. I mean, a lot on the line for both players, arguably more for Drogo. But to qualify and play for the KeSPA Cup would be huge for HeroMarine as well. Obviously, still has to beat Nurture in the next match. Would still have to beat Nurture in the next match. But let's just take it one step at a time for now. You know, still gathering together from HeroMarine here. Stalkers at depth, sentries down the left-hand side, and we're getting to that stage where once again we're looking to be seeing our Pros player being very aggressive. Now the third base is only just moving into location, so it looks as though Drogo actually going to back away. He's okay. Now he's going forwards again. So Warp isn't going to go into the main base. It's tough. I guess he's going to try and time it out. A couple of turrets on the way, but maybe just a little bit too late. A few tanks are lifted up into medevac, so he's ready to quickly respond wherever he has to. Here we go, Adept's going to be starting to drop down. A couple of tanks are going to come into position here. In fact, all the tanks are going to come in position over here. As we see a big warp in of Adepts coming on in right now. Tank's going to start being kited backwards. Oh, HeroMarine's all over the place though, because this attack comes into the third. And he's definitely being very slow about dropping those tanks off once more. 10 workers killed already. Nice force to try and block off over here. These bio units on their own can't fight this. And we are just going to be seeing for now Drogo getting good damage done in the early stages once more. 13 workers killed from this. He's going to back away to the left-hand side. Maybe not as much done as the first time around in game number 2, but still putting him into a good enough position to work with at this point in time. Another tank here from HeroMarine. Just going to take the high ground. Bio forces from HeroMarine. I'm about to get combat chills, so that'll help them buffer up a little bit here against the Protoss player. HeroMarine survives, and that oftentimes is one of the main parts of, holding the first wave can be so difficult. And just preparing yourself for that. But he survives again. A few workers lost. He ends up 20 workers down. But does he just have a strong enough kind of like standing fighting army that he can just move across the map with? Well, potentially. These tanks are very good at sort of creating very strong areas of damage. And that means that if he drops these tanks here, for example, he can force his way up this ramp and maybe in towards the third nexus. We see from Drogo, he's once again looking for that Robo Bay and hence Colossi production in towards the mid game. First Colossus starts. And the extended thermal lance on the way also. Warp Prism still to the left-hand side here. We'll get ready to come back in. We'll probably want to go towards the third base. Actually, a couple of depths going in there themselves. We'll probably want to go to the main. Has to be careful, though. Turrets and the Widow Mine lie in wait. Although Drogo might just take a different route in, which is exactly what he's going to do. So he'll avoid all of that stack defense. And he is, again, pushing HeroMarine into maybe desperate measures as he pushes forwards here, though. HeroMarine is looking as though he's quite happy to attack into this. Are these tanks going to fire? Ooh, he's going to commit the Adepts in. Where's the rest of the army? The rest of the army isn't here yet, so the Adepts go down very, very quickly. Force Wheel coming down as well. Marines, Marauders will keep on pushing through. Drogo's third base is under fire. He's doing a lot of damage across the map with this Warp Prism play. The couple of Adepts here, a couple of Adepts there. The third base might even just burn down, but that being said, the third base is gone for Drogo now. However, he does have a fourth base to send his workers to immediately, so he gets back over there. There's the third base going down for HeroMarine. It's going to die, so that is dead. And here we go. This means this attack is so important for him right now, but you know what? Drogo's more or less cleaning this up at the front. As he gets towards the siege tanks, he'll push it back much more easily. Blinking forwards. It's not a clean cleanup, but he has got enough left to push on through. HeroMarine with reinforcements, though, is it going to be enough? Tanks will drop off again, try and fight. A couple of Liberators coming forwards. The Ryo will stim in as well. And the Liberator is actually going to be used to actually fight against this Colossus here. So starting to push that back. Shields are gone. Start to work through its whole damage now. More units coming across the map. He's cleaned up the Warp Prism and harassment across the map. And so HeroMarine gets back on the offensive. Drogo isn't safe just yet. As we see these Bio Forces getting ready to set up. Stim in once again. Potentially Adepts moving forwards. Man, these 3 Liberators are going to be hard to deal with so many. 4 Liberators will be very hard to deal with so few Stalkers. We're opening more Stalkers now, realizing the situation. But those tanks as well, looking to protect the Liberators as well, obviously. Bio is spread out. Here we go. This is the fight which might just knock Drogo out of BlizzCon if HeroMarine can make it work. Tankovax might going back here, and I think HeroMarine has done it. Drogo's BlizzCon dreams are over. He's got 0 army supply. His Apion dropped to 0. Press cancel. On what? On what? On his warping? I guess on his warping, because he's got so much money. I didn't see it. Or was it the Shade? Was it the Shade